Go ahead and hit enter. Start the content. Hopefully you guys are doing good. Welcome to my Saturday stream. I'm testing something different for once. And of course, doing it with Ace Attorney because I just love this game so much. Hopefully you guys have been doing okay. Wherever you are, I hope you're nice and warm. Or if you're in the southern hemisphere, you're nice and warm. Hi Ash, how are you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. Well, honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead and start because you know, and I know, we're all here for Thanatos. Edgeworth. Hungy. Oh, you're gonna buckle down? Okay, no problem. Today's goal is just to really finish up this trial, so whenever we're done, that'll be it for the day. And then tomorrow we'll start the last one, the one I think you said you never finished, Rise from the Ashes. So I definitely recommend you try to make time for that, Ash. So go get food. I'm gonna go ahead and start, but hopefully by the time you come back, you'll just be on time. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Oh shit, did I do the voice acting thing? Let me make sure. I don't know. I don't know what the tag is for that. Oh well. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh. Very well. Apparently the prosecution's also ready. Who is the judge here anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement? Very well. No opening statement, so... Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. Order! Order! Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Bah! Must you question everything? It will be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. I'll call my witness. My decisive witness to the stand. It's that mysterious boat shop owner. Oh, and there he is. Witness, state your profession. I am the proprietor of the restaurant The Wit Noodle at Gourd Lake. And I also rent boats. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Yep, I was. Please testify. Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this old guy is. Let's raise an objection. Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Bah! I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. Yeah, right. The witness will state his name. Well, I'm not really sure. Yep. What do you mean? My, memory.
Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name.
He can't recall, you say?
Yes, but the incident took place 3 days ago. He can testify.
Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we? Witness? The night of the murder. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Yep. I was in the restaurant where I rate boats as usual. Then I heard a bang. Yep. When I looked out on the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination.
There's nothing to question in my witness's statement. Testimony. Ergo, no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict, now.
Yes, Mr. Wright? No, we're gonna cross-examine. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well. You may begin. Excuse me? Mr. Von Karma?
3 minutes just passed.
I see. Well then, let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness. Alright, Mr. Alright. By your window? Yep, by my window. Right outside the window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. That is a rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony.
Tisk.
I have a bad feeling about this. Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad! Dead certain, Keith! He said I can't believe he's dead as he was walking by too. Pizza obtained. So, I'm questioning the boat shack hobo. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Witness, are you sure that person you saw was Miles Edgeworth?
It was him, that Edgeworth boy. Well, that happened. This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. Von Karma. He lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. He's old.
Tisk.
Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. I'd better act quick or this trial is going to be over. Raise an objection. Your Honor, We proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun.
Mr. Wright.
I cannot get his voice right. Oh my god.
Are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun? And the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand?
Exactly!
That is easily explainable.
Is it though?
He could have wiped his prints after he fired.
Then why would he put his fingerprints back on the gun?
You are ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true.
The judge is lost in thought. What should I do? Raise an objection! Your Honor! This witness claims that Edgeworth said, "I can't believe he's dead." But his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie...
Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all.
Bars.
Apparently, you have yet to realize this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof.
Nick, do we have evidence? Oh, I don't know. Do we? It's no good. There's nothing I could do. Are you sure? Von Karma changing the rap industry. What a king, right? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please. Can you hear me, sis? Please. We need your help. Nick needs you.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record.
Enough. The witness may leave the stand. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. God damn it! Nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. What? No! God damn it, Udgy. This court finds that the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, the accused was surrendered to the court immediately to be held up pending trial at the higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned. Wait! Who was that just now? Me! Huh? What? Larry! Oh god, it's when you smell it, it's the butts. What are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it till just yesterday. But today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot! I heard it too! Order!
What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment.
One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So, you say you heard a gunshot? Yeah, I did! A gunshot! That night! I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different than from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. God damn it, Larry. You should have said something earlier. Order! Order! It was Larry. Booker boys. Well, this isn't the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed.
Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over.
Nick, this is it. Larry's giving us one final chance at this. She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse. Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse. You're right. Okay. Your Honor, if there is another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now.
A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned.
Yes, it can, bitch. Allow me to speak my onion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard.
What is this?
I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Drama in the courtroom. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now! Ooh, Judge, he's stepping up.
What?
This court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. God, Von Karma's voice, like, hurts my throat so much, but it's so much fun to do. Whew. That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Have you now? Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake that night? Yes. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Oh, right. And he found the balloon in the air tank that night? Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth? Huh? You say something right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh, yeah, if you could explain that, Edgy, that would be great. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Well, that's fair. Someone just fucking got shot. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really. God damn it, Thanatos! I see. Right. Yeah? This might be our chance. Our chance? Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? That's a tongue twister. Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. Who are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick! No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Everything's on Larry now. No pressure, Larry. Fucking Larry. We're just gonna arrest him just based on principle. Court is now back in session. Witness? Please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th. Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being a big break. Oh god damn it, Larry! That night, I was out on a boat on the lake. I was looking for something, and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that thing of gunshot, I went home. Yeah, to be fair, that's pretty normal behavior. Like, if you hear a gunshot, it's obviously not directed at you. You better get the fuck out of there. Typical LA, to be honest. That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick. Maya's so wise. Alright. Well, let's see. There was 2 gunshots, because Lotta said that, right? Let's see what she said in her disposition. Yeah, she heard 2 gunshots, so this is factually wrong. Wait a sec, Larry. What? You only heard 1 bang? You sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Yeah, but you can see that his ass is twitching. Buck him, boys! Mr. Butts. What? You only heard 1 gunshot? Are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Eh? Not sure? How can you not be sure? Phoenix should get the legal right to beat Larry's ass on the stand. Honestly, truly. Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was, listening to something else. Something else? But you can still hear the gunshot unless you're, like, blasting that shit. Like, you seriously have to be blasting that shit if you can, especially if you're in the same area. What the fuck, Larry? My radio, dude, with my headphones. What? Larry would own a pair of iPods. Order, order, and stop that booing. Ash, you finally joined in the game and started booing his ass. Mr. Butts, you're listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, so what? That a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness, nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony? Let's continue. Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Bah! Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. You should be, that's quite a projection there, Von Karma. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this. Believe me.
It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud like, but I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too.
Then what did he say? Larry! You were listening to your radio at a high volume?
Yeah, what's the big problem? Can a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country?
I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is.
Judge, can you believe a word that this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio.
True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Wait, Your Honor! The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me? DJ? An announcer. The guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, Canon. The judge listens to podcasts. What this means is, when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. God damn it, Larry. Okay, so what did he say? What did she say?
Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do us?
Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow a question, only if you see some reason why we should care. We should care! Oh, we should absolutely care! We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should.
Why?
Well, how do you know if we don't ask, Fine. Very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just what she said. Just when she said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshot. Okay. Oh shit. Oh shit! Here comes the meme! Your Honor! Yes, they're gonna say the thing! That statement contradicts this evidence. Huh? It does? I don't see anything that contradictory. Huh? Really? Objection overruled. Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright. Oh, fuck. I think I jumped the gun here. Wait, did I? Whoops, that didn't go so well. Just what she said. Hey, it's almost Christmas. No! I think I chose... Oh, I chose to... Oh, I meant... I chose the wrong picture. My bad. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct?
Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy.
Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, hey, it's almost Christmas when he heard the gunshot. Indeed. And say it with me, chat. Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But he should have heard the gunshot after midnight. This photograph is irrefutable proof of this fact. Let's see what the time was on the photo taken when the gun triggered Miss Hart's camera. Also, I gotta say, I watched the movie, the live action of Phoenix Wright. I love that part so much. I cracked up, but everybody fell. Like, he's like, it's not Christmas. It was funny. I definitely recommend the movie. I wish they would do at least, well, you need like a bunch of backstory for that, so I guess maybe not. At least Rise Above the Ashes, but this was a good movie. Oh my god. I should probably watch it again just because it's technically a Christmas movie. So I'm a huge proponent of watching the Phoenix Wright live action because it's a Christmas movie. If we're counting Die Hard as a Christmas movie. December 25th, 12:15 a.m. 15 minutes after midnight on Christmas Day. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Order, order! What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight.
Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious.
I mean, for once, he's not wrong. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butts' claim he heard the gunshot before midnight? He's right! Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. Because he was hearing the radio. Because if he was listening to the radio, radios are live. They hardly ever do a live, or they do a pre-recording of that. If these DJs, they're paid to do these things live, so no, he's right. He heard that gunshot before midnight.
Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim? Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight.
And this is the one that I was overzealous. Oops, that's it. This one. Look at this photograph. He said, look at this photograph. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. So, it appears that our photos are out of order. This was the first shot, and then the second shot was the one that Karma is using to basically say, oh, see, he did it. So, the timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Oh? But there's nothing on the lake. There's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Aha! Correct. There is a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that is the case. Then, where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were 2 sets of gunshots with a 25-minute pause between them. Why would this be?
Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises.
Yes?
There is no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why, the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera.
Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud sound noise at 11:50 was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any. Yes, we do. The pistol. It said it was fired 3 times. Wait, 3 times? This is my evidence. The murder weapon? Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When then was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That third shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Order! Order! That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake.
Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why?
Uh-oh, I better think of something quick.
Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes?
Ah! What's wrong, Nick? I have it! I have it! Huh? Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Maya! Yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm going to run with it. Right. I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten the guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. What do you mean, Mr. Wright?
Tisk, tisk, tisk. So, you finally realized the truth? There can be no other murderer here other than Miles Edgeworth himself.
Wrong, Von Karma. A man who was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting.
Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts.
He says facts before feelings.
At the time of the murder, 1 boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on the boat.
But where's your proof?
There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been a suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on the boat.
I admit it, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. Oh. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? Oh, I see what he's trying to say. Because if he was shot earlier, and they would find his body later, I mean, eventually they would find his body, but they find his body and it's still cold, they would assume that he was just shot like 15 minutes after the first shot. So the theory I'm assuming Feeny is going with is that the water is essentially keeping the body nice and fresh. I hate to say it like that because I don't know how else to put it. It's keeping it nice and fresh, and I see. We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 12:15 a.m. But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way Edgeworth could be innocent.
Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the 2 men on the boat are.
Edgeworth and the murderer. Of course it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. Oh, I'm not sure what to make of all this.
Ludicrous.
Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know?
Bah, again, you waste my time.
I don't know because he never told us. Ugh. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats out on the lake then. Why wouldn't he have to go all the way out to the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not on the boat? What? Well then, where did the murder take place? So where did it take place? Where else? The boat shop. Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing.
Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime?
Recall Larry's testimony if you will. That night he was out on the lake in a boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. But even if you, have it full blast, you could still hear it from distance, but we're not talking about that right now. And where would that be if he had just returned the boat? The boat shop. A bada bing, a bada boom. Get this criminal out the room. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. Press F in the chat for Robert. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. Then, who fired the pistol in the boat, Mr. Wright? Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details.
Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice.
To create a witness. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot will look at the lake. Indeed, Mrs. Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. Or that could happen too. That's perfectly valid. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly! Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant Miles Edgeworth a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense had to say? You heard what the defense has said? Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Mr. Wright said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he has something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry, I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir! Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What should I do? Find him, quickly! We cannot allow him to get away. Drama. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned. We did it. We got another day. Yay, Nick! You did it! Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases were so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably gonna get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax. I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right? There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now, and I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth? No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A confession, right? A memory of a crime that I committed. Oh shit! A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. Snack time. How are you ever saving that? Just a little snack time for now. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of murder. Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he never takes someone's life. Never! Nick. Yo! How's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? I had him swooning in the aisles. Huh, Maya? Is it swooning? Me? Oh. Oh, yes. I do remember feeling faint. Right on. Tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think you do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth there, dude. Edgy. You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero. Oh, Larry. Oh, Larry. Larry, you really helped out in the trial today. You did. If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. Hi, Megabillium. But seriously, Nick, that bookshop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really tell? Can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? He would have stepped his goatee off. Just to arrest Larry on principle. Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Us two. Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Not me? But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah. Why me, Nick? Really, Larry? Enough with the silent treatment. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to be a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yes, in grade school. They saved me. Miles and Larry. They saved me, and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know? What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Sorry, I kinda forgot. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm going to hear this story today, and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial. A class trial? You remember, Larry. Spring, end of 3rd grade. A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. Just like Danganronpa. I cannot believe Danganronpa was inspired by itself. Huh, I see. Anyway, the kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I'd skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So, they thought you did it? Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial. Trial? So the next day we held a classroom trial with me as a defendant. I didn't do it! Guilty! You did it! Guilty! It was you, thief! Get the money back! You're such a meanie! No one play with him! Just admit you did it! You can't hide the truth! Tell us the truth! We're not gonna play with you anymore! Yeah, no more borrowing my eraser! You should be allowed to relay race or on the library committee! Give me back your 50 cents you loaned you! Hey, did you rob that bank the other day? Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad. I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs. Miles. It wasn't you who stole my money, wasn't it? Was it? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah. He did it. He's the one. We don't need proof. They can say he's sorry. Why don't you all just shut up? This is always how it is. Everybody ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best of friends. Wow. I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone, without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they would probably thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally, see? When something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm gonna become a defense attorney just like my father. A famous defense attorney. Then, a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The DL6 incident. Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had something to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney." Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him, I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he became. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean... That's why? That's why you want to become a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. That's kind of gay, Phoenix. In court. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believe in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Whoa, Nick. So that's why you helped me out for free? Yes. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Oh, Nick. Nick, we have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right. It very well may be. First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I'd settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. Well, let's see what we got rid of. Alrighty. So the first thing we gotta do, let's actually go to the caretaker shop. Maybe he's there? Hey pal, long time no see. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Close one today, eh? I got so worked up, I snapped my tie in half. Sorry about that. No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it. You mean the boat shop caretaker? Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. It's my duty to see you. It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now I'm off to catch me a criminal. I love Gumshoe. But ACAB. Detective Gumshoe sure is active today. Oh, one other thing. Eek! No one can go into the woods today. The woods? Where Lotta was camping? The woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one could go in for a while. I guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Bye, Gumshoe. Let's see. Huh? The steel eyesore is missing. Eyesore? It looks like the hot dog stand is closed too. I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work. Well, did he just visit us in the offices? Like... That old caretaker got away. Yep. I never imagined he might be the real murderer. Ahem! I know that clearing of the throat anywhere. Ah, hello. Aha! Hello. What might you be doing here? Out for a walk, hmm? Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemons, you see. Mr. Grossberg! This is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow. That is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Oh, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance. Thanks. Bye. What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway? Who knows? Yeah, really, who knows? Nobody's home. Hello! Hello! Ah! Hey, it's Polly. I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. Hello! Hello! Ah! I can't believe he ran off and leave this poor parrot to fend for herself. Hello! Hello! Ah! I just have way too much fun doing that, honestly. God, I miss those rice crackers. Everything's cold. Looks like he didn't turn his heater on. I guess he hasn't been back since the trial. Say, Nick, don't people usually put up pictures of fish on the wall to boast about them? Yeah, I guess so. You mean pictures of the fish they caught, right? Right. But don't all the fish on the wall here look really puny to you? Well, you know what they say. You should have seen the one that got away. Except the one that got away from us was the caretaker, and we did see him. Why do I feel like we're having two different conversations here? Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick? You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. The police know about her anyway. I'm sure they'll do something. Well, okay. I'm sorry, Polly. He says I can't take you. Great, now the bird's going to hate me. Ah! What's wrong? Huh? Oh, never mind. What? Tell me. Just when I saw the TV, I remembered. They're showing a Pink Princess special this week. Ugh. Oh. See? That's why I didn't want to tell you. Yeah, Feeny, you're so mean. That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right? Yeah, that's right. Polly, what's the number to the safe? 1, 2, 2, wait! Ah! Let's open it, Nick! Come on! I'm sure there isn't any money in there. Aww. But hey, he keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in there. I'm not so sure. Okay, Nick, let's see what's in here. I guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter. A letter? Aw, boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth! Nick! Why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here? How should I know? I'm going to read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says this is your last chance. Now is the time to get the revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting onto the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here, in perfect detail. What an idiot, shaking my head. You're not supposed to write down your murder plot, right? Hold on, let's check something real quick. Bigger this much. What do you think it means, Nick? I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions. But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Yeah. Yeah. We need to go to, we need to leave, like, right about now. You look grim, as always. Mr. Edgeworth, I heard the story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In 3rd grade? Lunch money? Oh. All right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That child was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. Yeah, right? Like, he's like 20 years old. He's like, I think he's like 23, 24. I don't think I even remember being in 3rd grade at all. So, it's fine. I mean, it's fine to hold those memories if you have them. Like, there's nothing wrong with this. It's just that I just have shit memory. Because I'm old and I fried my own brain with anime and shit. Also trauma. Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, right? So simple. To a fault, even. Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you've changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. Perhaps so. Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? Oh, excuse me. I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, right, but I'm not that good of a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter, any way you look at it. Yet, he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. On that day, 15 years ago, the three of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had been not of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. What's your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher, and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. So he's like my sister. He's like my sister was to you, Nick. He is the perfectionist in all things, in court, in his personal life. He is obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? In all the cases he has taken on, none were left absolved. And not one suspect was declared innocent. Ever. But that's... I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job, to find the suspect guilty perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth? If what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right! Now's no time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth. Ugh. It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit. No kidding. Well, Edgeworth, what do you think of this? Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of the safe of the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives. I see. Ugh. Revenge? On me? Who is that old guy anyway? I don't know. Could he be an innocent defendant you got declared guilty or something? Nice, right? But I don't remember that old man. Not at all. So he was following this letter then. Which means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men. Meaning myself and Robert Hammond. It also says, this is your last chance. Last chance? Wait, maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6 incident? Wait, that old man. What is it? Do you know who he is? Yogi. Could he be Yogi? Yogi? The suspect in the DL6 incident. The one who was found innocent. Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago. Yeah, it was an earthquake. The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long, it felt like forever. The air thinned. And the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet! I said quiet! You're not making this any easier. I want to get out! Help! Get us out! Don't shout! You'll just use up more oxygen. That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed, staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court and Yogi was found innocent. Huh. But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you? Right? Yeah. There's something that's been troubling me these past few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you. You mean the nightmare? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of murder. I think the time has come to tell all. Well, let's talk about it, Edgy. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. What kind of dream? It's the dream about my father's killing. In the dark. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet! I said quiet! You're not making this any easier. I want to get out! Help! Get us out! Don't shout! You'll just use up more oxygen. I can't breathe. You're using up my air. What? Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. What do you? Stop breathing my air! No, Father. He's attacking Father. Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I pick up the pistol. Get away! Get away from my father! Ugh! And with that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. But that's just a dream, right? Right? That thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. That is true. That's why, for me, I really can't remember a lot of things that happened after I started middle school. It's just like after that, other than some certain moments, I really don't remember. Maybe it was I who killed my father. What? If you think about it that way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me. Wait, Edgeworth, you mean it was me? I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot my father. This is bad. What are we going to do, Nick? What can we do? I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can do, like it or not. If there's someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, maybe... there is, Nick. There is someone else who knows about DL6. Yes! And we gotta hustle. I wish this thing wouldn't freeze. Like, it always scares me it's like gonna crash or something. Okay. Mr. Grossberg. Ah, hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled. No kidding. I can't believe you're not. My. Just calm down and tell me what's happened, It's Mr. Edgeworth. He... I see. So, Edgeworth Genty shot his own father? It's only a dream! Only a dream! I wonder... What? If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled, hmm? Well... Also, consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep, he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream. It was real, as you imagine. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired, and the deed was done. Okay, way to throw him under the bus. No, I don't believe it. Yogi was suspected of murder, and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus, he sought revenge from Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close. What do you know about Edgeworth's father? He was a defense attorney without a peer. It sounds trite, but it's true. Well, he may have had one peer now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fey. My sister? Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques. That's no surprise. Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The result? He has a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods. And? He lost. And died in despair, as it were. I see. When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a spirit medium. That was your mother, Misty Fey. I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi. Yet Yogi was found innocent. That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud. That's right. Everyone thought she was. That's right. Everyone thought she was, you see. Yet, now that I think about it, it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son? Why is he so willing to throw Edgeworth under the bus? Like, there has to be another way. It's only a possibility, mind you. But a possibility, nonetheless. Okay, so what is your onion on this letter? Oh ho! So this is the letter. It does seem that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond. But why kill Robert Hammond? Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but his own. Huh? His own sake? He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability. But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter? Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined. Huh. You'll understand soon enough. Wait! What is it? This letter. I've seen his handwriting somewhere before. A long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this? Definitely not Miles. Definitely not Yanni. But by process of elimination. Could it be Manfred von Karma?
Von Karma? Why would he have something to do with this?
Well, I'm not sure.
Von Karma. Von Karma.
Wait, you're right, my boy. This is Von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time on court reports. What? But that means the only one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was...
Correct.
Manfred von Karma himself. What does this mean then? Why would von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? If it truly was von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll press the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty. Oh no! But how could Von Karma know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare. That I do not know. Yet, I do know that Von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son. Which is valid and unfortunately happens a lot. What do you mean? It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory in Edgeworth, and Von Karma did win. But he didn't make it through the trial unscarred. Explain, old man. What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and Von Karma? Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused Von Karma of faulty evidence. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood. Faulty evidence? It was the only penalty Von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. A vacation? Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like, go to the sea? Or, to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe! You have strange ideas about vacations, Maya. In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot. Odd. If he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation? What do we do, Nick? Von Karma's gonna bring up DL6, you can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DL6? I won't let him. Yes, Mr. Wright? I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know. I know that. I just believe in Edward's innocence. I can't believe he'd kill someone. But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care. I know he's not guilty. Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest. Mr. Grossberg, thank you. I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim. I understand. The police materials. Well, you know where we have to go now. We gotta go back to... Where do we have to go through here? 1 day left, Nick. Yeah, I know. Well, no time to waste. Let's get going. There's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be out looking for the old guy, Yogi.
Oh, it's you. I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone.
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe is pounding the pavement for real. We wonder if we could check out the record rooms again.
Well, now, I can't just have anyone wandering around in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma is in there now anyway. He can go in as long as he's there.
Von Karma?
Yes, he just arrived actually.
Von Karma's in the records room. Nick, let's hurry!
Well,
dusty as always. We were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they just haven't had time to clean. Yeah, but they gotta, Ash. They gotta. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. Von Karma. Well, it doesn't matter. Fuck him. We got shit to look at. Huh? One in the drawers here is open. Someone must have been looking in it recently. The label says unsolved cases evidence. Unsolved cases? Nick, the file for DL6, it's completely empty. What?
What are you doing in here?
Eek! Von Karma!
You. How did you know my name?
Huh?
Have we met?
What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team.
Defense team? I beg your pardon. You see, I rarely remember defense attorneys.
He looks really freaky, like, face forward like that. I guess that's the point.
They're like bugs to me. Needless things to be crushed.
I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor. Alright. Why does he look like a mantis? I have no idea. Like, it's really freaky. Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right?
A romanticist who still can't share the veneer of amateurism, just like his father, always second rate.
Mr. Von Karma. Front-facing Manfred versus front-facing Thanatos fight. Wait, I don't think I've ever seen Thanatos face forward. You must show me. You had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you?
Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney? Why?
Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record? So you did. But where I don't get is, why did you take his son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival.
That, my dear attorney, is none of your business.
Okay.
Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt.
His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean?
You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth would tell the court tomorrow.
You were right. So Von Karma is going to bring up DL6 in court tomorrow. Well, Phoenix, you dumbass. Why would you show this? I mean, do you know anything about this, Manfred? Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. I don't know why Phoenix would do such a stupid fucking thing. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder. They could have at least made it. Right! They should have done that. Or at least, like, give him the copy.
Yanni Yogi. How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it.
So you admit it! You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter!
Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You saved me from a lot of needless hassle.
What? Why are you so stupid? Like, why would you do this? Why would you need... Nick, what is that thing? A stun gun. For self-defense, usually.
Indeed. 600,000 bolts will course through your body like a dog touching the electric fence.
Could that kill someone? 600,000.
Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it, usually. Now give me the letter.
No! No!
Whoa. What are you...
Nick, run! Ah! Press F in the chat for Maya. Maya! Get the fuck out of there, Feeny!
Out of my way.
What? He got us. The letters. Gone, of course. And he took the DL6 evidence. All of it. Back to having no clues. Wait. Maya jumped first. Maya, is she okay? Maya! Maya, open your eyes. Maya! The letter. Did he take it? Huh? Oh, yeah. Are you okay? I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now when we need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all. Maya, no! Maya! There has to be some way I can help her. I'd better do something about her self-confidence first. Maya. She's holding something. What is that? A bullet? DL6 incident. Evidence number 7. Taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember. Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. We got something, boys! We got something! I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. Oof. So tomorrow, this is the final trial, you guys. This is it. Judgment Day. Today, things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. Warg! Hi, Monica! Hopefully, you're, safe back at home in Japan. What's the big idea? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my running with the stun gun yesterday. Oh, that's so good. I'm so happy to hear that. Now you're safe at home. Hopefully it's not too late for you to watch this. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick.
She's electric. Boogie woogie woogie.
Yeah. Thanks, Maida. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard.
Whoa! What are you doing?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
It's more too early.
What are you doing waking up so early? Are you getting used to your time zone again? Get some rest, get some rest. You can always watch my videos later. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge? Right, good idea. Fair. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Whoa, yeah, pal! What's gotten into that girl? Detective Gumshoe! It's Gumshoe, everyone! Morning, Mr. Edgeworth?
Good morning.
How did it go, Detective? Have no fear! As promised, I captured our runaway caretaker. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal.
Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. When will Gumshoe hit us with a bada bing bada boo? Come on, King, just one time.
What's happening in this game? Well, to catch you up to speed, Monica. So far, Edgeworth has been arrested for crimes he did not commit. for anime crimes that he did not commit. We found out that it was almost Christmas when the gunshots actually happened. There was a Southern girl. There was Larry. Manfred Von Karma. Stun gunned us. We found out why Phoenix, Edgeworth, and Larry are friends. It's because of a class trial of a Danganronpa reference back in 3rd grade. But now we're gonna come up and dig up old anime crimes that Edgeworth really believes that he's done because he's been traumatized by it, understandably. So we're about to head out into the final trial for this case, and then finally the last case of the first game. So, have you ever played Ace Attorney before, Monica? Or at least, well, I imagine you might have played the Japanese version. It'd be time for me to get a new drink. Because Von Karma's voice hurts my throat. Oh, you never played it before? Okay, well, I have played this before. It's been years since I've originally played it, so yeah. But obviously I'm not going to give out any spoilers. I want to have everybody enjoy this as much as they can, so enjoy. You may, I have some YouTube videos that you can watch later. Okay, so you mostly play platformers. That's cool. But no, definitely check out my videos if you want on YouTube. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you know, you made it to this point. But, yeah, this is just the Steam version of all 3 of the first games. If I can figure out a way to do Apollo justice, I absolutely would. Or if they actually put it on Steam. But that's only an if. But, it's basically a visual novel / point-and-click game. You investigate crimes and you try to figure out, or not really figure out, but you gotta get your client not guilty. So, thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. But that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm going to prove it. And Von Karma, even though he hated Edgeworth's father, who got killed like 15 years ago prior to this case, he still took in Edgeworth only to put him on the chopping block. So let's see what's going on. Well, she got stun gun. She got hit with the stun gun, and that's just the aftermath of it. That's all. Maya's a good girl. She's a very good girl. Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready.
And this is the fucker that hurt us. Right. Very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submits decisive evidence.
Understood.
Well, obviously this game isn't very realistic. The English version took a lot of liberties, and they, I mean, some people could argue that they wrote themselves into a corner. Maybe they did, but then again, I don't think anybody could have predicted how successful the games will be. But even though it's more of a niche nowadays, but yeah, I guess this idea comes from the fact that, at least in the English version, that this is LA if LA didn't have like racial laws against the Japanese during World War II. So come on, don't be awed and silenced by every little thing he says. Very well, Mr. Von Karma. Your opening statement?
Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary.
Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop in the lake, from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity.
Witness? Why did you run away yesterday?
The witness was not running away, as he will not testify.
I see. Very well. Please begin your testimony. Alright, let's see what this old man has to say. I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So, my testimony yesterday stands as is. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm going to prove it. So, I know what we gotta do. I'd call what you did running away, and not just leaving. You heard Larry's testimony, and you realized you were in danger.
Now, Mr. Wright, there's no need to rush to conclusions. As I said, the witness was not running away. Listen to the testimony.
He sure seems relaxed. In fact, they both do, Von Karma and Yanni Yogi. Then why did you leave?
He's just about to say why. Is it so hard for you to just quietly listen when someone is talking?
If I sat quietly, Edgeworth would be guilty in 3 minutes. Yes, now you understand the famous feeling, why they say objection and all that. Food? Well, Polly is a bit of gourmand, you see. She only eats these high-quality burr pellets for France. They only have them in the big pet shop downtown. But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker's shack? Well, I kinda got lost, you see.
The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack.
Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's going to believe that. I see. So he was lost. Except the judge, because the judge is Udgy. Please, Your Honor, come to your senses. You've lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yep, seems like it. Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having a memory, You know exactly who you are.
The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof.
How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? That's impossible.
I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness. Please continue.
How can you say you have no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right?
Please, do not make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible.
I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends. Might I say something, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past or lack thereof into question. But does this really have to do anything with the current case? Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, there is a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is? Of course, Your Honor.
Ho ho ho! Now this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So, who is he?
Don't play dumb, Von Karma. Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name. Well, it's not Gregory Edgeworth. It's definitely not Hammond. Yanni Yogi. His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff. Oh, Yogi? That name seems familiar. Oh, Yanni Yogi from the DL6 incident. It figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case. But what does this mean? Your Honor, if this man is Yanni Yogi, then he has a clear motive.
Tisk. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This witness is Yanni Yogi? Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that this witness has lost his memory.
This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go.
Nick, how are you gonna prove it? Can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi?
It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago. I see. That makes sense.
Tis.
Huh?
I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright.
Why?
The witness have no fingerprints.
What? What? No fingerprints? You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the cell. Yep. What?
Yogi, you sneak.
You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past. Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity.
No. Tis. Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? It seems that this case has been decided, no?
No! I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way. You just found out Klingon from Star Trek is a real language, so maybe... Yeah, do that. I think you can actually learn that on Duolingo, actually. I don't know if it's available in Japan, but...
There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one.
Nick, what are we gonna do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do?
Tis. Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine this parrot for a little comic relief, huh?
Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Here it comes. Cross-examine his parrot? What is it, Nick? Before it happens, let me look something up. So, I think something like this actually happened IRL. And it's the most hilarious fucking thing. And it actually happened. I gotta find one that's actually accessible. It's so fucking stupid. It's so fucking hilarious. Okay, I don't want to use this. But it's so fucking funny. This is a real thing that actually happened. And I think it actually aligns almost... And I think what gets me too is that it actually aligns with the timeline in Phoenix Wright. Since I think Phoenix Wright takes place during... No, it's not Mayo, it's Maya. But this... The series supposedly takes place in like 2010s, in late 2010s. And this actually happened in 2010s. I'll link it in the chat. But it's just so fucking funny. Okay, now I can continue. And I'll link it, and it should be linked in the YouTube description. What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to. Your Honor? The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Take Mr. Von Karma up?
On my proposal?
Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. Order! Order! Well, what do you think, Mr. Karma?
Need you even ask?
This is a farce! I object! Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested.
Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences.
Nick, this is crazy.
Well, still want to go through with your little game?
Hell yeah! Let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor.
Oh, this is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard.
Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence. Except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least, I think so. Bailiff, bring in the parrot. I cannot believe Phoenix Wright predicted it. That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name. The witness is ignoring me. It must hurt to be ignored by a bird. Very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please, testify for us. Hello, hello. Ah. Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Very well. Begin your cross-examination. Right. What are you going to do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya? Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right, what do I say? Let's ask the name. Maybe I should get her to say her name? Polly, Polly, what's your name? Polly, Polly, ah! Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity? Of course it does! Yes, it does.
Oh, ha! Fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity? Then show us this proof.
Nick, don't you think we're bluffing a little... You're taking the bluffing a little too far? Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof is that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is... Let's check this out. Let's see, that's that. Defense attorney. Ah! Very interesting. Yanni Yogi was 37. He was the court bailiff. He was trapped in the elevator with the Edgeworths, both the son and the father. Memory loss due to oxygen deprivation. After his arrest, fiancée Polly Jenkins committed suicide. Very interesting. Oops. The DL6 case file.
That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on then? Show us or stop wasting our time.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to the parent's name? The suspect data. It's on the suspect data page. This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see? Indeed, it does say that, yes. What was his fiancée's name? Polly Jenkins. Polly! Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her. I see. I guess that is possible.
Bah! A mere coincidence. That's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does that make you my granddaughter's fiancé?
What? She's
only 7 years old.
Indeed. Alone, it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence. Right? Why are you offering up your 7-year-old granddaughter, you freak? Hi, Shiro. Hi, Foof. How you doing? And yes, it is a cool name. Where am I going to find that?
Nick, we're getting closer. One more. If we could just get one more piece of evidence.
Right. But what? Very well, witness. You may continue. Oh God, I'm still like. Well, I don't know. What shall I call you, Shiro, best girl? Witness, you're here to speak. You must speak to me.
Frankly, I can't believe that you're speaking to the parrot.
Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. We need to show the judge that her owner is Mr. Yogi. Hello! Hello! Ah! Witness, you can't just, Maya, you have to talk to her. Right, what do I say? As I recall, 2 days ago... Polly, have we forgotten something? Ah! Don't forget DLC! Ah! If I can get Polly to say that here, that would prove the caretaker has something to do with DL6. Polly, have we forgotten something? Hello! Hello! Ah! That's not what you're supposed to say! Forgot! Something we forgot! Hello! Hello! Ah! No problem, Monica. Take good care. Oh, it's just that I saw that Wise was calling you that yesterday in the chat, so I'm sorry if I crossed the line with you. Uh-oh. It's not working, Nick. She won't say it. This is ridiculous. Why would she say it?
Tess. Something the matter, Mr. Wright?
I saw Wise call you that in the chat yesterday. During the stream. Oh, okay. My bad. Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. He couldn't have retrained the parrot, could he? Did he retrain her to not respond when we asked if we'd forgotten anything? Oh, yeah, I don't know. I just saw it in the chat, but yeah. Witness! You can't just say blah blah blah. Right, what do I say? Let's ask about the safe number. That's the only other question we have, right? Maybe I'll get her to say the number of that safe. Huh? The safe? Why? Let's just try to get her say anything, okay? Polly, what's the number to the safe at the shack? 1228! 1228! My, what a reckless parent. Oh no! I'm Gomen Nasai, I'm making things awkward. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker. Actually, it does. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it.
Ha! Ridiculous. How can a number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link to this number to the caretaker's true identity?
You know what it could actually be? The DL case file, because guess what? It happened in December 28th, 2001. So, keep doing that.
The DL6 case file? What is this obsession you have with that case?
Mr. Wright, where in this file is something relating to that safe number? The case summary. It's on the case summary page. The case summary? Specifically the date on which the DL6 incident occurred. The date of the incident, December 28th. Why, that's today's date, 15 years ago. Exactly, Monica. And the number on that safe is 1228. Ah, he used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him. I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates.
Bah, that is not tangible. This is not tangible proof. I set my ATM card number to 0001 because I'm number 1.
Well, let's go rob Von Karma then. It is the best lighthouse. Let's go rob him.
This has nothing to do with the date. Nothing.
That's enough. I think we reached a conclusion here.
This is a mere coincidence, that's all.
True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me. Right? Like, let's go steal this prosecutor's money.
What are you saying?
Summon the caretaker of the boat ship. Immediately. Witness, tell us your name.
Wait, this witness, he doesn't remember.
No, it's okay. Oh, he's standing up straight now. I've accomplished what I want to do. I'm done. Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's standing. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years. Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court. Order! Yanni Yogi! So was it you who killed Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me in the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond. He said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiance, my social standing. Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had said it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment. Revenge? Against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Yeah, right? Like, he was literally a fucking child. How the fuck? Von Karma. Where is Mr. Yogi?
Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession.
Uh-huh. Then, the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is...
innocent. In this case, at least.
Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty! Yay! Confetti in the courtroom! We did it! We are free! That is all. This court is adjourned. Oh shit! Oh shit! Did someone just say objection? It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What do you mean? I'm not innocent at all. Right, the confetti already spilled? It's over, Edgeworth. You're not guilty. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick! Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He's going to tell them he killed his own dad. Uh-oh, what do I do? Raise an objection. We are raising objections. The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst.
Didn't something like this happen yesterday too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed.
That would be Larry.
We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth.
He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. God damn it! We have precedent. The one time we have precedent being used against us. For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean, in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL6 incident, it was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations which ends today. The culprit is me. No, it's not Edgeworth. Order! Order! This is certainly unexpected. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this.
Bah! It's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now. We tried this man for his crime of 15 years ago.
He was only a kid! I think I would like to have a 5-minute recess. During this time, I would consider the appropriate course of action to take. The court is adjourned. I'm sorry, right? I've just wasted all your effort.
Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad?
I didn't want to believe in myself, detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances.
This is crazy! Just crazy!
Nick? What are you doing? Huh? Oh, I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready. Your case? For what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm gonna prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent.
What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it.
He confessed that he did it. In court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right? Right. Well, boyfriends gotta protect each other, right? They have to. Now then, I would like to resume our trial.
Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations get on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I like to run this one by the book.
I see. Does the defense have any objections? For once, he wants to do it by books. No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand?
Will the witness state his name and profession?
Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecuting attorney.
Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct?
It is correct.
Then testify about this matter to the court.
When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That would be the key. But only if I could get it to work. Please, please. That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. And until now, you thought this memory was a dream? We were stuck in the elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events.
Bah! The same claim Mr. Yogi has made.
Very well. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Well... Okay... See, wait a minute now. There's a gunshot hole on the window of the window. Well, some elevators have windows, but there's a gunshot there. Very interesting. Hold on a second, Edgy. So there is only one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't. Take a look at this. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago, and in it lies a clear contradiction to Mr. Edgeworth's testimony. Well, I can see the victim, Gregory Edgeworth, lying there. But what do you mean a contradiction? Just as I thought, the judge is clueless. As always, Judgy Udgy here using his one brain cell. Show the judge. Okay, so I'll show you what the contradiction is. Remember that bullet hole? That's it. As should be obvious, the contradiction is here. I see a bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Miles Edgeworth testifies that there was only one gunshot. However, according to this photograph, not one, but 2 shots were fired. One shot hit the victim and the other hit the elevator door. I ask you then, why did Miles Edgeworth only hear 1 gunshot? Because he passed out. He must have passed out after the first gunshot, because he just said, chat, that he heard 1 gunshot and then he passed out because of the lack of oxygen.
This photograph does seem to confirm a second shot.
Yes, it is the almost Christmas case. Hi, Melvin. Right now we're figuring out DL6.
However, when was the hole in the elevator made? It might have been there before the incident occurred. If it was there before, it has nothing to do with this incident.
2001? Yes, they've been around, but remember, they were in the elevator. Edgeworth did throw the gun, and there was a shot that rang out. But you know, he's a little kid, and guns are heavy. I don't think he's that lucky to hit his own father. There's no way.
If it was there before, it has nothing to do with this incident.
But you don't know that. You don't know that, Karma.
Mr. Wright, do you have proof that this bullet hole was caused by the time of the incident?
Yes, of course we do. This is Larry's doing. He did it all. He did every single crime. Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you your proof.
What? Impossible.
Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show us your proof. What do you have that proves the bullet hole in the door is related to this incident? Well, let's check this out one more time. No clues were found. Okay, so maybe not this one, actually. Let's see. Actually, let me check that again. I think I missed something. What's the victim? Trapped in the there's 1 bullet found. The murder weapon was fired twice. Huh. So now we can use all of those. Ooh, why do I keep doing that? I keep thinking I just click on it and then... Your Honor, the answer is in this file.
You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? Don't accept this evidence. I don't accept this evidence. Unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page shows the link between this bullet hole and the DL6 incident?
The victim data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly, the murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard 1 gunshot. Yet the murder weapon was fired twice. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot that he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be? The murderer, of course.
I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page.
The case summary? That's on page 1.
Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered in the scene.
He does have a point.
That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth.
Huh. Ever notice how Karma's been kind of grabbing his arm like that?
It was undoubtedly something else that made the bullet hole in the door.
Order! I will have order! Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly, that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. He has eczema, but only on one arm. Don't be rude. I'm not being rude. I mean, it's just something interesting to point out. So, all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter.
That's only because he's on your side, Karma. Gah, how did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick? If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. No. But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. He's sensitive. Since when is Karma, Von Karma of all people, sensitive? I'm sorry. It's just, when I saw the photograph, I thought the 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could have been that simple. This case had stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick? Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth.
Precisely.
I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any objections? No, I do not. So you killed your father, though that's not your intention? Yes, I did. Oh no, he's accepted the guilt. Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Come on, Phoenix! Therefore, I must pronounce the verdict on the defendant today, right here.
Right now.
Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There's so many things I know I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. Mr. Wright, we have objections! Your Honor, I object.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object,
Oof. Nick? I don't know. His case is perfect. Oh no. It must exist. The second bullet. Oh! What? What did you just say? Nothing. The second bullet must exist. But where? Someone took it. It seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet. It existed. What? But we just heard proof that it did not exist. I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer.
The murderer? Tell us, just who is this murderer?
I'm still thinking about that one. So the criminal took the second bullet, but why? First of all, how would they have found it? It's not that easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for the bullet? No, there wasn't a need. Why would the murderer have spent the time looking for that stray bullet? I haven't gotten a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
Bah, the murderer has no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true.
Had to take it. Had to take it. The murderer? What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. Think like a Gemini Phoenix. But, the murderer had to take the bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean? Well, for instance, what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer? The bullet hit the murderer? Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's what really happened? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer themselves was shot. And they left with the second bullet still inside of them? Remember, the 5th of November. And remember, Edgeworth said he heard a scream after the first bullet was shot. But that's no way it could be death because look. The bullet was taken from Gregory's heart. When you get a shot in your heart, that's an instant kill right there. And they left with the second bullet still inside of them? Thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime? Yes. I guess that's how it would work, yes. But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean the murderer came from outside. Yes. The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. And then, point blank, BAM! Right in his heart. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I can't deny the possibility of what you say.
What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded! There was no murderer!
No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick? I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday?
Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting.
What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean...
It could only mean one thing.
He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma! Oh man! Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem...
dazed.
No, Your Honor. Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now? Say it! Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect. Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? My hands are shaking. The what? Von Karma! Von Karma? You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor? The one standing right over there?
Bah.
You don't object? Yeah, it's not helping him at all.
I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection?
Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason?
So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident. Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did it go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify.
Nick, let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth. I know Von Karma. Perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness. Nobody's that perfect. So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane. No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait, what does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere, but where?
Tisk. Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot?
Yes, we can actually. Alright, Von Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much. Up his ass, exactly where the stick is.
What?
The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is... I know exactly what it is, too. Because if he didn't do surgery, and if he didn't take it out himself, there's only one other possibility, you guys. Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. You don't mean? I do. There is a possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. Is that even possible for all these years? Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this over you and see what we find.
I refuse.
You refuse? But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you? Order! Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector.
Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy.
That statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it here, right now. Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing. Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. Metal detectors, old man. Oh shit! It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma? You. It was you.
I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident.
What?
And then Edgeworth pulls out his gun.
I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6.
So why didn't you get it out? Why did you take a vacation coincidentally right after Gregory died then? But Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that?
Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here, not I.
Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6?
Of course he can. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence.
That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday.
Yes, we do, actually. With no proof, he cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright.
No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma.
What?
You were close. 1 day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof.
What?
Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet to the shoulder. I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. A bada bing, a bada boom. That's a bullet?
Where did you get that?
This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings. You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago. Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you could tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We can analyze both bullets. Then, if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol. In other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? That scream. I heard that scream before. Wait, I know. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet! I said quiet! You're not making this any easier.
Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you.
Stop breathing my air!
Bitch, are you dying? Are you good, my friend? Nope.
He's not good at all! Get away! Get away from my father!
Burn. It's that scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed. Mr. Von Karma?
Edgeworth, only you would defy me.
So, it was you. You
and your father are my curse. Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you. I'll bury you with my bare hands. Death! Death!
Well, press up in the chat for Manfred von Karma. 15 years earlier.
Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry.
Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you.
I guess you got brain damage now.
I was careless.
I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalized. I covered for you in the past, but not this time.
Ugh. Edgeworth. It was a shock, like none I ever known. Me? Penalized? It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly, I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed a button, but nothing happened. Then, there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew that it was destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke to a medium blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Tisk. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge! What? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade.
Yeah, you gotta say, that is pretty impressive. All things considered.
But it's still so fucking sad because thanks to this, literally, a man's life was ruined. For what? Like, it's not his fault that it was not any of their fault that the earthquake happened. It wasn't any of their faults that they ran out of air. Only, you know, for mini Edgeworth to toss the gun or to accidentally shoot Von Karma. It was Von Karma's decision to do all this, and he took advantage of it fully. Now, end it. Very well. It appears we have come to a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later, Mr. Miles Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. You're innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. Double the confetti in the courtroom! We did it! Again! We saved Edgeworth! Again! That is all. This court is adjourned. God damn, oof, it took all day for them to do this too. Wow. Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but you know inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed! I gotta say, I'm impressed. It was pretty close though. I was sure we'd had it. I know. I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now, it's all just a good memory. Edgeworth! I just want to hug him! So, it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right. Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this. Kiss him. Kiss him. I know. Try. Thank you. I see. Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that. Sorry, I'm not good at this sort of thing. You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. She's got you there. Whoop! Amazing, pal! You pulled through just like I thought you would! I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party! Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares? See, Mr. Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you. I see. Whoa! You're so cute. I feel foolish. Oh, baby. Don't worry. Take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. I cried. Hey, y'all! Lotta! Y'all were great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats! Thank you all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you gonna do now, Lotta? Who, me? Oh, I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? Oh, Nick. I'm not long for this world. You don't look sick. It's Kiance. She's gonna live in Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind. Should have seen that coming. Yo, Edgy, there you are. Yes, here I am. Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift for me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Harry Butts, you come along today too. My treat, pal. Huh? Thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right? God, I wish. I think you'll be fine, Larry. Right? Yeah, what's up? That envelope that Larry gave me, it's got money in it. Well, yeah, that's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Huh, what a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly? Nick! Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? $38? No! No! Oh, Larry, it was you! Oh my god. Book him, boys. We got the perpetrator.
What are you so surprised about, Nick?
Right? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day, 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into the school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. I never was good at history. Arrest him. Edgeworth. You did know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know. Really right. I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, eh? Edgeworth? Hmm? You should have told me! Now, Nick. It was 15 years ago. Don't you think that the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'd say so, yes.
There you have it. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did.
Well, you always have been something of an insufferable emotionless.
God damn, we're all just calling out Feeny. Yeah, and you get worked up too easily too. Death! The death sentence for both of you! Man, if I only had known, I'd become a prosecutor.
The same goes for me, only the other way around. The longest time, I thought I might have killed my own father. I thought it might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth. Want to switch right?
Hey y'all, line up! I'll take a photo! Hey, photo time, let's go! And after that, dinner on me! Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention.
Whoa, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts.
Huh? It's still only 5 o'clock. Maybe I should go back to sleep.
What's this? A letter?
Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick. Goodbye? What time is it? Gah! The first trains for the mountains have already left! To the station! We gotta catch up to Maya! She's never been useless. I guess I'm too late. Hey! Nick! Maya! So, you're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay? Wait! What? I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help. Huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice. You heard my sister?
Yes, only her voice. But still, it was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything. Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick. But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya. Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze. Sorry, but I have evidence that you have helped. Evidence? Let's show her some evidence. A bullet? Von Karma was convinced he had taken all of the evidence pertaining to DL6. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me. Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. I'll be back soon. Huh? I'm going to complete my training and come back. Okay, I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless. I don't know about that. So, this is it. See you soon. See you soon, Maya. Oh, Maya. She deserves the world. Thanks, Nick. And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page. And say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. With the same old crazy cast of characters. Ha! Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur. Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim? Yes, Your Honor. Uh-oh, I got a bad feeling about this. Hey! We did it! So, here's a fact I actually... Ooh, wait. Hey, pal! Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish me a Happy New Year. Talk about a pleasant surprise. Whoa! Detective Gumshoe! Then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kinda like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh? So, fun fact, I'll let you know like at the end about this one and the next one we're gonna do tomorrow. Huh? Nick? Nah, haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at a cheese shop. Then Misty's a nice lady, but she's not exactly what you call a cheap date, huh? Oh yeah, she's in Hawaii right now, yeah. Fucking Larry. Why hasn't he been arrested yet for crimes?
Who? Right? Yeah, I remember him. I hear he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful.
Winston Payne. Phoenix, right? Ah, the defense attorney for whom I wrote that affidavit for, yes. Oh, you should know I've taken over the management of the Gatewater Hotel recently. Should you be in the area, please stop by. Oh shit, did they really? That's awesome. I can't believe they became Oh, it's you. Phoenix, right? Ah, yes, Mia's understudy, was he not? I wonder how he's doing. I haven't seen him of late. Ah, the days of my youth, they're like the fresh scent of fresh lemon, usually. I don't think I could ever get his voice back, right? My voice is just not deep enough for that. Nice. I approve.
Phoenix, right? Is he an actor? Well, I'm not buying it. You can be a star with a name like Phoenix?
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Fuck that. Fuck, it's the boomer. We appreciate the dude titties. I want him to go all out on Gumshoe now.
I'm pleased to announce the Pink Princess is a hit. I sure owe that Mr. Wright a great deal. Oh, and I'm keeping my face out of the public's eye till the show's over. I wouldn't want to ruin any kid's dreams, you know.
It's our boy, Will Powers, with the titties. Speaking of titties.
Oh, I got a letter from Maya the other day. It sounds like she caught a cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit but didn't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess trading cards. She says she can't buy them where she is. What kind of place is she living at anyway?
Good to know that Maya and Penny still kind of keep in touch.
Right? Who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Pink Princess. Alright. But, you know, I stuck into the studio the other day, and I saw her. The one inside the Pink Princess suit. Ugh, what a dog! It was kind of a shock for a boy of my tender age.
Ugh. Oh, Cody. Don't be rude.
Yeah, I remember, right? That lawyer guy. Huh, me? I'm in the training to become a paranormal photographer. You know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them there was a ghost. For real! Now that's talent. I'm gonna be famous.
Oh, Lotta. God, I cry. I cry. Let Gumshoe with the confetti.
We did it. We did it, everybody! Oh! So that means tomorrow we are starting a brand new episode. Rise Above the Ashes.
Oh yes, we are saving our show. What the fuck?
So...
hold on. I want to...
No. So...
I have to close it. Lana Sky, big sexy, yes.
So I wanted to say, before I was really interrupted, that Rise Above the Ashes, I have come to learn, was actually because originally Phoenix Wright was for the Game Boy Advance, I think, Game Boy Advance, and when the DS started to come over, they decided to add in a new game, which is Rise Above the Ashes, which is an exclusive game that they basically managed to put together in the original 3DS games, or not in the original, but I guess the first Phoenix Wright compilation. So tomorrow we are starting that case, and that is a long case. So make sure you tune in next time and every other time for Phoenix Wright, the first turnabout. And then after that, we'll finally start Phoenix Wright, Justice for All. Until next time, you guys stay warm, you stay happy, you stay clean and fresh, and make sure you wear a mask when you go out and wash your hands. Thank you so much for joining into my streaming, especially if you've been here the entire time. I love you so much, and if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. So, until next time, take care. Bye.